start a PLC selection and WPL soft programming. Next slide. The PLC selection criteria is most important thing to do. PLC selection criteria consist of following these requirements. The first requirement is system tasks requirements and application requirements, and we are how many input and outputs we are going to select that type of PLC and what type of inputs and outputs are required. Input is basically push button sensors and selector switch, and the output is based upon the motor and what size of memory is required and what speed is required of the CPU, and how many electrical requirements we need, and speed of operation and communication requirements, and which type of software we are going to use, and then operator interface and physical environments. The first thing is system requirements. System requirement is determining any solution must to be understand what is to be achieved. And then the program design starts with breaking down the task into a number of simple understandable elements, each of which can be easily described of the system requirements. And we have a application requirements. Application requirement is which type of motor and drives we are going to use in this project, and the function required and identify a specific type of device, which type of function we are going to use. And last thing is advanced function required besides simple discrete logic. So next slide. This is the electrical requirements of the PLC. We are going to select one project of the PLC, means how many inputs and output is we need. This is the basic thing of selection of PLC. Base voltage and output voltage and current. What is the need is we are going to choose PLC. We have a lot of PLC models available in the market. Delta, Mitsubishi, Fuji, Siemens, ABB. What type of input and output requirements we need, we can easily select PLC. And speed of operation. The control system must operate speed of operation. When determining speed of operation, consider these points. We have 4 points. How fast does the process occur or machine operate? Time critical operation, and what time frame must the fastest action occur, and output device activation. And the pulses are the most important. The encoder and flow meter respond quickly. These things is based upon the PLC input and output selection. And the communication. Communication is the most important thing in industrial automation. We can communicate PC to PC through PLC and drive. Which type of communication we are using? We have a lot of communications using in the industrial automation side. RS-232, RS-485, and the normal USB communication. and lot of communications are available. These communications can take place locally through twisted pair wire or remotely via telephone or radio modem. And the communication involves sharing application data or status with another electronic device. We can communicate via normal wire or data USB. Most of the times in the industrial automation side, programming side, communication problem will occur lot of times. So we can select which communication is easily transfer the file, because RS-485 is good communication transfer method. So we can use same method and same wiring. We can easily transfer the program PC to PLC. When the program is done, then only the machine will working properly. Otherwise, input and outputs are changed. So the communication is most important thing. So we can monitor communication side. So next slide. Input and output modules are using PLC. Most of the methods we are using digital inputs and output selection, the voltage level and the PLC output need to switch, and resistance and the electrical noise can be issue in cases low level signals are be switched, and the use of AC outputs can often be an advantage. Most of the times we are using only digital input models, and the analog input models rare case we are using analog input. Basically, analog input is voltage input 10 volt at current input 4 to 20 milliamps only. And then how accurately the analog to digital input or digital to analog converter within the module can represent an analog voltage as the binary number or vice versa. This is the basic thing in the analog inputs model. And the digital input model is the PLC outputs need to switch. How many outputs we are going to take from the PLC into drive, and output resistance and electrical noise can be issued in cases. Sometimes the low level signals are to be switched. These problems may occur. The use of AC outputs can often, these things are input and output selection is most important thing in the PLC. Small project we need only 4 inputs. 4 input means 2 push button, 2 sensors. 4 inputs, 5 outputs. We can easily understand how many inputs they are using and how many outputs we are using. Then only we can purchase PLC. We need 6 inputs and 7 output means we can purchase, example, Delta PLC. And we have a lot of inputs and outputs we need means add-on block is available. We can choose these type of PLC. So next slide. This is the electrical specification of PLC. Item DVP 12 is model number, and DVP 12SA 211T. These are the model number. Power supply voltage 24 volt DC. We can use normally All PLC are 24-volt DC connected European standard removable terminal block, pin pitch 3.5 mm. This is the terminal block connector and operation maximum power loss 10 millisecond or less. Index current 7.5 amps and fuse capacity is 2.5 amps and 30-volt DC. And power consumption is 1.8 watts and 1.5 watts. And power protection. The power protection is protection on the polarity of DC input power. It's based on the DC input power. And the noise immunity, grounding, operation and storage, vibration and shock resistance. It's common thing. And finally, the weight of the PLC. Maximum 150, 140 grams available in the market based upon the inputs and outputs. The input point next the input point, the input number, input type, and input current. Input current is 20-volt DC. Input impedance 4.7 kilo ohm. The maximum frequency is 100 kilohertz to 10 kilohertz. Action level, response time, filter time these are the same. Input and output terminals. The output point is maximum frequency 1 Hz. Working voltage 250 volt AC, 30 volt DC. The to the basically and output things and other steps will come. Normally we are using 8-channel relay only. Depends based upon the how many outputs we are going to use. Example, we are using only 4 output means we can choose 4-channel relay, and 8 output, 6 to 7 outputs we need means 8-channel relay we can use. The next slide. This is the Delta PLC input and output configuration. First, we have to see model. We can select first model DVP 12SA211R and then DVP 12SA211T. The first R is resistance model, transistor model, type DC, sink or source. The relay model and transistor model. X0, X1, X2, and then Y0, Y1, Y2, Y3 is outputs. First thing is input and output. In the transistor model, Y0, Y1, Y2, Y3 have ZP, SG. Normally, we are using minimum 5 to 6 inputs we need to create project. And output is only 4 to 5 because it depends upon which project we are going to do. A drive project and a sensor based project. Hydraulic and pneumatic based project means we can stimulate. If the example hydraulic project means we will on 4 coil means we need a 4 out. Depends upon the input. This is the basic thing of PLC input and output configuration. Next. Next slide. The PLC installation, commissioning, and recommendation. Typical installation. PLC installation is a very simple thing. We can enclosure, disconnect device, fused isolation transformer, master control relay, terminal blocks, and wiring ducts, suppression devices. These things are consumables. Chase panel, which type of panel we need, which size. Example, height 300, width 400, depth 210. This is the basic model of panel. How many electrical components we need to require for this project? We can select based upon our requirements. We can select panel based upon our requirements. And preventive excessive heat 0 to 6 Celsius, and grounding guidelines, power consideration, safety consideration, preventive maintenance consideration. Power consideration and safety consideration is most important thing in the panel designing. And preventive maintenance consideration. Preventive maintenance consideration is normally some panels are not connecting, grounding, or proper earthing not connected. So we can check and maintenance these things. Commissioning and testing of the PLC system. The cable connection between the PLC and the plant are complete, safe, and to be a required specification meeting local standards. And then the incoming power supply matches the voltage setting of which the PLC is set. And the protective devices are set to their appropriate trip settings. And checking the emergency stop button is properly working or not. The emergency stop button is most important and basic thing to be all PLC panels, PLC control panels. So we can check electrical push buttons are working or not properly. Most of things, simple basic wiring is electrical push button. Electrical push buttons. Electrical emergency push button means all supplies are cut. We can release the push buttons, properly working all components. So we can check the emergency push buttons are working or not. And then checking all that input output devices are connected to the correct input, output points, and giving the correct signals, and loading the testing the software. And then inputs and outputs, how to be we are going to testing means input devices can be manipulated to give the open and closed contact conditions and the corresponding LED on the input model observed. Forcing also can be used to test input and outputs. This involves softwares and rather than the mechanical switching on or off. This is the basic thing and being used with instruction to turn off inputs and outputs. And then testing software. Most PLC contain some software checking problem. This checks through the installed program and provides a list on a screen or a printout with any errors detected. This is the testing method. First, we have designed a ladder logic. After we can simulate the screen and then transfer to the PLC. Then only it will be properly work. That communication problem is day by day coming. So we have to clear the first communication problem and then easily program to PC to PLC. So this is the basic things of installation, commissioning, and recommendations. This is the Delta PLC program. This session is going to take Mr. Kadir.
Listen, good morning to all. Now I'm going to take you a lesson about the how the PLC program is going to look like and what are the basic functions of that. Ram, can you see the screen? Is it visible for you? Okay, everyone. This is a Delta programming software, WPL Soft version 2.49. We can program here and we can transfer the program from this PC to PLC for the machine operations. Today I am going to teach you about what are the basic functions is there and what are the options is there. From tomorrow onwards, we are going to program in the ladder logic programs. Okay. First, in the file normally there's a normal one, a new file opening and save as functions. The main function is a compiler. Ladder program compiler means whether the writing program is correct or not, we can check there. And comment section you can comment any switches, because if you have if the X switch is X0 is an input, if you right click and edit device comment means we can comment in one motor on, like motor on. Okay, so the X0 function is called as a motor on tag. So we can remember and identify what are the inputs is for, what are the purpose of this inputs. View, in view you can see the various project toolbars and what are the modes is there, what are the toolbars available, what are the monitoring formats available. In there, what are the languages is here, instruction list mode is there, ladder diagram mode is there, SFC mode is there, and the device command list. What is device command list is all instructions are be here, so we can just go there and click and tag here for what are the name. Okay, after that if you use or you are not, automatically the tag will be come here. Okay, then communication is there means you show comments or not, if there's some comments showing. Then communication is an option. This is the main one, communication setting. Communication setting is nothing but whether the PLC and PC are connected communicated normally or not. Type, these are the four types of communication is. First one is RS-232, the popular one, and Ethernet communication is a Ethernet cable. Direct link is in USB method, normal USB method. And the CDC means if you are connected in HMI, we can program through HMI easily. That means we can connect the HMI to PLC and we can use the HMI cable for both PLC communication as well as an HMI communication. And another one is direct link Ethernet cable to HMIs. So these are the basic parameters. These are the constant parameter for the PLC communications. The data length 7, parity even, and stop bit 1, baud rate 9600, and station address 1. The ASCII should be there only. So this is the constant method for all the communication of RS-232s. In left side, you can see what are the functions or what are the instructions available in Delta PLC software. Before we go into function, we can just see about what are the toolbars is showing in this. We can go through about this. First is an ladder out instruction mode. Instruction mode means it is the one of the program of the PLCs like a ladder one. This is instruction mode. So we can use the instruction buttons to create a programs. And this is nothing but it's for the ladder logic. Ladder logic is the main easy one and popular programming. Okay. This is an FSC diagram mode. FSC diagram mode is a flowchart mode for the controlling, and these are the monitoring devices. Because if you are using any devices, is there what is the status of the device and what is the present value of the device, so we can monitor the particular device in this monitoring devices. This is an online mode. Online mode means whether you are communicating with PLC or not, during the offline simulation, you can just click the simulation and go through the online to run the program in an offline simulation. During the online simulation mode, you can just communicate with the PLC and just run it here for the monitoring systems. This is ladder start monitoring. It means if you are connecting through the PLC, you can just monitoring the whole program through the ladder monitoring systems. And this is a run button. This is a run stop. That means if you are simulating the program, you have to run it or you have to stop it. These two are upload and download symbols. The upload means this is an upload symbol. That means we are getting program from PLC. The program is already there in the PLC, so we want to download it to the PLC, to the PC. So from this button, we can get the program from PLC for a particular purpose of for references. This is commonly used one, downloading to PLC. We are creating the PLC program. We have to upload it to the PLC for the machine processor. So we use this downloadings. This is simulation mode. That means if you don't have a PLC, you can use this and simulate the program like that. Now I'm going to show you. I click the simulation button and then I go to online. This is stop mode, so we have to make it in the run mode. It's run mode symbol. Click there and continuous. So here is a program is in run mode. Now I am going to set on X2, right click, set on. So this is how we are using a programming in the arithmetic logical functions. So these are the main basic gates, or AND gate, or OR gate, or NOT gate. These are the functions of, these are the logic gate symbols of the relay models. Now I am just to stop this. We are seeing programming logics about tomorrow classes. So now here you can see all the basic symbol. You can write it. This is a normally open function. Normally open. This is a normally open switch. That means off switch. If we get energized, the switch will be on. This is an on switch. So if the power is energized, the switches will be on. This is a rising edge trigger. This is falling edge trigger pulses for the pulse inputs. And this is output. This is output coil. Output coil is always considered as a Y symbol, or M or S. S for the step ladders. M for normally virtual relays, and Y for the external outputs like bulbs or motors like that, etc. So these are for the horizontal line, vertical line. These are used. Okay, now we can see about the functions in left side. That means API functions means what are the functions is that set instruction, reset instruction, MC instruction, MCR, master control relays. This is a control loop like that. Here you can see the arithmetic instructions of additioning, subtraction, double addition, double subtractions. And the basic instructions, what are the then other basic instruction we are using is a move instruction and compare instruction, like etc. We're going to see about this in basic tutorial classes. In basic instruction, you can see then what are the triggering switches and or gate switches like that, etc. How to create this line is just you can click there, and now I'm deleting this line, so getting new one. Insert a row. Insert a row. So now we can create a program here. First I'm going to put an NO switch. So this NO button, I click there. What this means? X0. I will give it X10. And I will name it start. Okay. Then I can do an output. Output means this F7 is an output coil. I click that and I'm going to get it as an M10. M10 means motor. Okay. So I'm creating an input switch under as for output switch. I have to latch this. What is latching? Whether the input is whether the input is in on condition, off condition, the output will automatically on once the input is on. So I'm going to get the output as an input. For using that, we have to use the instruction or space M10. That means the second line of inputs automatically connected to the first one. So you have to stop the buttons also. So I'm using an stop switch. Stop switch instruction is LDI. LDI X11 I am using. Okay. I'm going to show the commands, show command system. So I don't have to name it here. No, I have to name it there. What name? I call it the stop. Okay. I'm compiling it. Program is compiled. I'm going to simulate it. Program stop mode. I have to run mode. So the program is running emptiness and motor. So you have to operate it for the one time. After that, motor will be always on. Just trying. Click the input to set on. So the motor is in on condition. After that, I switch off the motor, but still the motor is on condition due to the latching function of output as to the inputs. So if I have to stop this, I have to stop the click button to cut off the latching circuit power supply. Like it set off, it automatically will it switch off. Until when? Until again I switch on the devices. Like this. The motor will again start on. Off and off motor set. So until we press the start button, the motor is continuously in running position. If I give the stop button, the motor will off again. So this is called a latching function. This function is used in a contactor as a motor starter function. So there are a lot of instruction is here like a timer, counter, move instruction to one to another data, and additional subtraction, multiplication like an arithmetic operations, and comparison to get a result through in a particular processor like etc. So you can see it in here. It help person. You can see the unit indexes, or you can see the manual here. You can just download the software. I will send a link of the software to you, so you can download the software and just go through about it, and go through these functions diagrams like that. What are the instruction is available? So I stop the monitoring. And see. You can just get help from just here like that. I'm just delete it first. I'm switch off the simulation mode. I just delete this. I'm using it as a timer function. TMR is a timer. You can just click on the question mark button just for help. So we can get about the timer. Timer. What is the instruction of timer? Timer S1 and S2. S1 is a time number, the present value of the timer. S2 is a set value of the timer. So we can set the value in S2 like that using K and D, and the present value will always shown in S1. So NO is normally continuity have a normally open contact. NC is a non-continuity one. So by clicking this help button, we can see the what is about instruction, what is the purpose of the instruction. You can see about that. So I'm just clicking here and just create a timer function. TMR T10 10th timer and a value K50. Okay. We can use K or D here. K means a flag register. That means a constant value. We can set a constant value. That value is a real time value. But instead of K, if you are using a D means like that. D, sorry. D505. That means it's in memory allocation box. That means data registered. Data register means it's a memory allocated system. We can send any data here. We can send through from communication any data in D505 box. The data will be set. The data will be pasted in D505 timer only. But K50 means it's a 10 ms timer. So K50 means the timer is about to 5 seconds. But D505 50 is nothing but a memory allocated box. Now there's no timing here. We can put the time here like that. During the simulation process, you can see now I'm simulating it. Yes. So now I'm running the program. Yeah. So now the program is in working condition. The timer is in working condition. You can see the present time is K0. We did not set any value. DC505 is K0. So K is a constant value for the time, but D is nothing but just memory allocated box. So we have to set a value for the D5. That means D5, the value means I will set in K100. K100 means in 10 seconds. Sorry, D500. D500 means in 10 seconds. You put 100 for the 10 seconds. We switch on this device. This button is going to switch off. I can't use the latch function for the timers. So we just need it under. Okay. So now the motor is running condition. I just clicked in and change the value for the D, like D is equal to 100. Just set here. So if we just switch on it, the value will be increased and will reach the highest values. Okay. So these are the basic. This is our the software. You can use, I will send you through the link, so you can just see it and what are the functions available. You can just study it. So you can, this is software, how to connect this, like that. You can see it here. So this is all about the today's lessons. So what are we talking? What are we getting about? How to select the PLC and what are the use of PLC and what are the programming is used in here. So I now believe that you have just a basic about what is the PLC programming look like. I will send you the link just to prepare, just practice it. Until that only you can get you can improve your skills. Thank you.